Imagine one day you wake up and see a girl on top of you. She has a really sweet voice, she's really beautiful too, and her spiritual pressure is so intense your soul practically leaves your body. She's even telling you, "I love you." This is about to be the best moment of your life. But the moment you try to make a move, you realize you're chained up. Do you like Yandere girls? These are girls who start off super sweet and caring toward the person they love, but slowly become overly violent and destructive. Today's story has not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 Yandere mommies. Tons of love, tons of action, tons of deleted scenes from our lives. So here's the basic plot of the manga I'm covering today. Mondo meets a girl named Tatsumigahara at a college party, shares some drinks with her, and then passes out. When he wakes up, he finds himself chained to Tatsumigahara's bed. Mondo tries to escape from Tatsumigahara's house, but the outcome is something he never expected. Let's start with our main character, Mondo. He's at his college party, where a lot of girls have shown up from different colleges. Today, the guy's thinking, "I'm gonna pull a girl and take her home. I'm not going home alone tonight. I won't need to use my right hand tonight." He's thinking all this to himself when a girl named Tatsumigahara, I'll call her Tsumi, comes and sits next to him. Tsumi is the most popular girl in the entire university. She's gorgeous, she's got huge assets, and the spiritual pressure coming off her is so strong the guy can barely breathe. Tsumi asks him to come with her, and bro is shocked. "Wait, me and Tsumi? Alone? Together?" To confirm, Mondo asks, "Are you serious right now?" Tsumi says yes, then touches him. Well, he expected a different kind of touch, but Tsumi's got him hooked. She takes him somewhere, they have some drinks, and Mondo starts feeling drowsy. The last thing he remembers is feeling suspicious. A little while later, Mondo wakes up and sees Tsumi on top of him, wearing barely any clothes. Seeing this, Mondo asks her, "What do you want from me?" She says, "Chain me up too. I want to be chained up as well." Mondo gets up and says he needs to go home. Hearing this, the yandere girl loses it. She instantly points a knife at his throat and says, "You're lying. We're boyfriend and girlfriend, aren't we?" Before she can slit his throat, like something out of Mirzapur, that brutal, Mondo quickly says, "Yes, we're in a relationship." And hearing that, Tsumi lights up with joy. Even after seeing all this, the guy can't believe Tsumi has this side to her. Like, is this actually who she really is? Then another girl enters the room carrying food, though the guy's attention isn't really on the food, it's on the real meal in front of him. This girl's name is Midori. Today, Midori's in charge of feeding him since Tsumi's running late for class. Midori slips a letter under the food plate, which Mondo notices. After both girls leave, Mondo finishes eating and reads the letter. It says, "Do whatever Tsumi tells you to do, and in a few days, I'll get you out of here." Reading this gives Mondo a bit of hope, but he wonders if he can really trust these girls, though right now he doesn't have any option other than to trust her. He hides the letter between some books. Not that great a hiding spot, but hey, Delhi isn't exactly safer either. Moving on, at night, Mondo wakes up to find Tsumi on top of him again, clearly about to do something. It's about to start, but then his stomach growls. He's hungry, so Tsumi decides to feed him with her own hands. Honestly, feeding is literally all that's happening here. Mondo thinks, great food, gorgeous girl feeding him by hand. This would be the perfect scenario if his hands weren't tied. After the meal, it's time for the next step, Mondo's bath time. Yeah, someone's giving him a full cleanup. Tsumi says, "Food's done, bath's done, now it's our time." Then adds, "And if you ever betray me, I'll cut you and whoever else." Several days pass. The guy's still stuck there, and while a lot of it doesn't make sense to him, he's figured out this much. Every day, a new girl shows up to bring food. Some talk a little, some talk more, some don't talk at all. But Midori keeps helping Mondo through her letters, and through them, we learn more about Tsumi. Turns out, she's from an extremely powerful and wealthy family, and she's kidnapped people like this before. So no, our guy isn't the first person this has happened to. And since she's rich and powerful, she can basically do whatever she wants to him and get away with it. Become rich, everything here is yours. Kind of a deal, except his freedom is literally hidden inside Tsumi's cleavage. That's where the key is that could free his handcuffs. But Midori's been helping him this whole time, so he's starting to trust her. Watch how he hides the letters. Finally, the day comes when Mondo and Midori plan to escape together. The door opens. Mondo expects Midori, but it's Tsumi standing there. And she already knows Mondo's been cheating on her. Tsumi attacks him in a rage, and he does get hit. but in the chaos, he manages to grab the key and shove her aside. That's when Midori arrives. Let's go! The escape plan works, and they run while Tsumi's left dealt with from the shove. Mondo thinks he's finally built himself a future with Midori, but before he can reach the gate, he passes out. When he wakes up, Midori is right beside him, and she looks worried. Mondo's relieved, thinking the nightmare is finally over. He goes to pat her head, but then realizes he's still chained up, and this time it's not just his hands, his legs are chained too. Confused, Mondo asks what's going on. Midori says, "The drug I mixed into your food must have worked." Mondo's in shock at what she's saying. But then the door opens, and another girl walks in saying, "Oh, Midori, you stole my Mondo?" Mondo looks toward the door in complete disbelief, and Midori says, "Tsumi, that's your fault. You weren't paying attention." Tsumi replies, "Next time, I won't lose." And that's when we realize there are 5 crazy Yandere girls, and they're all playing a game with him. To them, Mondo is just a tool, a puppet, and the game is about who can steal him from whom. So now, Midori owns him. Honest review time. While I was reading this, I was actually hoping the guy would escape. I was genuinely happy thinking he might get away and figure out how to get revenge. But the moment I found out what was really going on with these 5 yandere girls, that twist was completely unexpected. Before we move forward, please subscribe. And don't forget to check out my other videos. Mondo asks Midori why she betrayed him. She says it was the only way to keep him safe from Tsumi. She also tells him he's not normal and that he can never escape. Then Midori says something that completely breaks him. "I want to be treated gently." That's exactly what he jokingly said before, but he never said it out loud, or so he thought. Midori remembers every single thing, the date, the location, all of it. Turns out this poor guy has been a target of these 5 sisters for a long time. Midori tells him, "You say you want to be treated gently, but actually, you want it a bit rough." And then she starts playing with him, right before she starts torturing him for fun. Mondo says he needs to use the bathroom, thinking maybe his hands and legs will get untied, but Midori has other plans. There's this weird device he has to use lying down, no matter how embarrassing it feels. Today, he has no choice. Night falls. Midori heads to her room to sleep, but if he needs the bathroom at night, she just puts him in a diaper. After she leaves, the guy sits there wondering how he's going to face the world. He's literally wearing a diaper now, and he's still trying to figure out how to escape. At this point, he can't even ask any other girl for help. They're all in on it. All yandere mommies, basically. Morning comes, and Tsumi brings him food. Mondo asks her, "What is all this? You've turned me into a toy." She says, "Yeah, exactly. You're the toy in the 5 sisters' little game. Sorry, that's a secret. You can't escape this place. But you can come back to me, and whatever you say, I'll do it." Not exactly a bad deal, he thinks. After Tsumi leaves, Mondo thinks about his options. He doesn't know all the rules, but he does know about the key that could free him. So there's definitely some rule tied to that key. Then Midori shows up and asks him, "Do you want food first? Or me first?" Mondo asks her again why she's doing all this. After everything he did for her, even caring about her. Even Midori wrote him those letters. If he follows through, will she give him another chance to escape with her? She says he can never escape. Mondo replies, "We'll figure something out." And that was Midori's breaking point. She snaps, drops his food, screams at him, throws the key away and says, "I never wanted you in the first place. Go to hell," before storming off. Imagine, a guy who's been seen clothed and unclothed by all these girls and still gets treated like this. Mondo tries to grab the key, but it's too far away. And a new girl came and picked up that key. This new girl asks Mondo if he wants the key. Mondo thinks it's some new trick, but before he can say anything, she just unchains him. Mondo asks why she did that, and she says, "I figured you'd want them off." Mondo is finally free, at least from the chains, and the first thing he does is run out of the room. Named Ko, who grabs his hand and takes him somewhere, saying she's taking him someplace nice. Turns out it's the bathroom. Bro's finally relaxing a bit, but he's still suspicious. She is Tsumi's sister after all. But Mondo stays focused and doesn't let his guard down around Ko. And then Ko walks in naked, and now Bro's guard is definitely up and hard. She also calls him cute. I think we all know where this is heading. No, wait, you're wrong. Remember whose sister she is. Anyway, Ko sits with Mondo and asks if he's feeling relaxed, since he's finally bathing after so long. Then she offers to wash his back, saying it's something she's always wanted to try. Not sure if wash his back is code for something else here. Ko washes Mondo's back, and while washing, starts teasing him a little. His hand accidentally ends up somewhere it shouldn't, and his punishment is getting tickled, which of course gets him worked up again. Ko points out that's also a body part he hasn't washed, so no worries, she'll wash every inch of it herself. You know, just like you, I was expecting someone to drive him crazy and trap him again, but he actually stops her mid-process. Bro, have some self-control. Watch, you guys are gonna make Anon fail. Anon is not gonna fail. After the bath, who knows how many days it's been for this guy, he puts on some fresh clothes and also drinks a suspicious drink. I mean, how dumb is this guy? Sumi already drugged him once, Midori drugged his food once, and now he's drinking something without even knowing what it is. Honestly, that drinking panel, I don't know why, but it reminded me of One Piece, that scene where Brook and Luffy drink milk together. The panel style felt kind of similar. After drinking, Mondo remembers he used to drink something like this with another girl, one who lived near his house. And if you look closely, this girl and Ko actually look pretty similar. Ko just has shorter hair. Anyway, after the drink, Mondo asks Ko to help him escape, and she says, "Okay, let's go." And she's not bluffing. She actually takes him outside the house. Who knows how long it's been since Bro last saw the blue sky, since he last saw the sun. Mondo thanks her and starts running off, but can he actually escape? Looking at Ko's smile, I'm not buying it at all. As Mondo's running, he's thinking, first he'll file a police complaint, then eat a good meal, then go find himself a girlfriend. Bro, this is literally happening to you because you wanted a girlfriend. Simple as that. If you can't get a girlfriend and it's already cut for you, why even try? What are you even saying? No, wait, that's relatable. Anyway, he almost escapes, but then a masked figure attacks him. Luckily, he dodges the attack, but before he can start running again, he sees two more people blocking his path. One of them drags Mondo back, and Ko says, "Don't do that, he'll get hurt." Mondo furiously asks Ko if she knew this would happen if he tried to leave, and with the craziest look ever, Ko says, "Yes, of course, she was just having fun with Mondo." And now Bro dramatically says, "You're like a dog's tail. A dog's tail never straightens out, and you'll never learn either." To which she replies, "I'll play with you, but you can't escape this game." And through all this, Tsumi is watching from the window. Probably a few days after this scene, Sumi brings him food, and it's not just any meal, it's his favorite meal. Seeing this, Mondo says, "You guys know so much about me. Why won't you tell me anything about yourselves or the outside world?" Of course, Tsumi's not budging. She says, "You don't need to know anything. You can spend your whole life comfortably here with us. But fine, I'll tell you one thing." And Tsumi reveals something genuinely important. Among all 5 sisters, she has the biggest assets. Jaws would be happy. Tsumi tries to trap him again with her spiritual pressure, but he stops her and instead asks about her hobbies. Tsumi responds, "Are we on a blind date or something?" Now we get a flashback covering what happened between the incident and now, like how Tsumi chained his hands to the bed. Midori chained both hands and legs, but Ko didn't do anything like that. She tells him, "Use this room however you want." She also reveals an important rule related to the key. Whichever sister holds the key becomes Mondo's owner. Like before, it was around Tsumi's neck, so she was the owner. Then it went to Midori, and now it's with Ko. But Ko doesn't want to keep the key for herself. She hands it to Mondo, telling him whichever sister he gives the key to will become his new owner. Hearing this, Mondo says, "But I've already had 2 owners change so far." And Ko says, "Don't worry. Not everyone's gonna want ownership, meaning something's up that we can't quite crack yet." Ko then finally introduces her sisters. By the way, all 5 sisters share the surname Tatsumigahara, so the girl I've been calling Tsumi is actually named Oi. Anyway, on to the sisters. The eldest is Akane, then Oi, then Midori, then Ko, and then Momo. Ko tells Mondo that whoever he gives the key to will take great care of him and fulfill his every need. And yes, you guessed it, that kind of need too. But out of all the sisters, Ko is the most different, because she gave the key to Mondo herself, telling him to choose which sister he wants. The flashback ends, and Mondo is back with Ko, and yep, her chest breaks the manga panel again. But while they were talking, Midori was listening to the entire conversation. Now, when Mondo is alone, he's thinking maybe he should give the key to Oi. But then Midori shows up and says, "I'm going to pee, and you're going to watch." Nice. Mondo's thinking, if you're gonna show me anyway, why even ask permission? Anyway, Midori says she's doing this because she did him wrong before, and she wants to apologize. Like, sorry I'll be late to the office tomorrow. Let me start apologizing to my coworkers by showing my face. That kind of apologizing. Basically, look at my face energy. Midori continues, saying she likes bullying the person she loves. Typical Yandere behavior. Mondo tries to stop her, but she can't control herself, and that's when he steps in to help clean her up. He also tells her he's not mad, just scared. He was scared that time she attacked him, thinking she was actually angry at him. Hearing this, Midori kisses him and leaves. And that's Mondo's first ever kiss from a girl, and he shows it. He's still a little suspicious of Midori, though, and rightly so, because she's clearly planning something else. Back to Mondo. Today, Momo is serving him food. He tries to make a little conversation with her, and Momo gives him the coldest look ever. She's just not interested in any of this nonsense. At night, our guy is sleeping peacefully when Momo enters the room, and she's here to end this whole manga. She's about to use American breathing. Now imagine you're sleeping, having a nice dream, and suddenly someone wakes you up with a gun pointed at you. Bro, you'd instantly start begging, "I won't try to escape, please don't kill me." Hearing this, Momo says, "How pathetic you are," and reveals it's a toy gun. If it were real, he'd already have a hole in his head. But why did Momo even do this? To give Mondo a warning, because he doesn't seem to understand that this isn't a place to have fun. Someone could attack him with a real knife again, like Oi did earlier. Hearing this, Mondo defends himself, saying that wasn't his intention. Momo replies, "Fine, I understand. You're hopelessly stupid." Momo leaves, and on her way out says, "Enjoy every single day here, before you die." Mondo wonders what he can even do. All 5 sisters are insane. None of them will let him escape. What can he actually do here? Manipulate one sister against the others? Or hide a knife somewhere and wait for the right moment? The next day, the eldest sister Akane brings him food and notices he's stressed, so she offers her chest. Why him? Why not me? And yes, her chest is also breaking manga panels, just like her sister Oi's. She forcefully makes Mondo suck on it, and if that counts as torture, please torture me too. Mondo is basically suffocating between Akane's chest, and during this, he remembers a past scene, a girl who used to live right next door to his house. This girl from his past might be one of these 5 sisters, or there's definitely some connection between her and these sisters. There's clearly more going on here. Mondo starts feeling like Akane is the most sensible of all 5 sisters, until one thing changes everything. Mondo notices some wounds on her body, on her neck, around her chest area, and asks if she's okay. Akane picks up a fork and says, "Wounds can happen so easily," and stabs it straight into her own hand. Seeing this, Mondo's soul shakes with fear, and he probably realizes now that what Momo told him that night was true. He is not safe here. All these sisters are absolutely insane, and he needs to do something, or he's going to get killed very soon. But during this chaos, Akane accidentally causes Mondo to fall backward, and the key slips out of his pocket. Akane's about to pick it up, but Mondo grabs it first, because he does not want Akane as his owner, not a crazy one like her. And to make sure Akane never gets the key, Mondo literally swallows it, saying, "Now there's no key left. Fight for whatever you want to fight for." He then passes out. When he wakes up, Akane tells him the key got stuck in his throat and he passed out from choking, though that doesn't sound quite right to her, since they never actually saw him choke, they just saw him pass out. But just to be safe, in case he tries swallowing another key, they make an even bigger key for him now. Great, more suffering for this guy. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen something get swallowed, get stuck in someone's throat, and then get made even bigger as a solution. Anyway, Akane leaves, saying she'll play with him again. But bro is not relieved by this at all. He knows how insane this place is. None of these sisters can be trusted, and he's trying to think of any method to escape, but nothing's coming to mind yet. After this, we're shown a couple of things that confirm some of my earlier theories. Akane probably mixed some kind of candy or substance into his food. Or, here's a wild theory, maybe she put something on her chest, some fluid or powder that would obviously knock someone out, which is why Mondo passed out. And second, Akane is probably the girl who used to live near Mondo's house. Today, Momo comes to bring Mondo his food, and Mondo thinks maybe it's time to bring her onto his side. He tells her he'll give the key to Oi, and Momo says, "Didn't I warn you already?" Mondo says, "I trust her." Momo says, "Have you forgotten she stabbed you?" Mondo says, "She had her reasons." Momo says, "She'll drive you crazy again." Mondo says, "Aren't you jealous of her?" Momo says, "I'm just tired of dealing with you." Mondo brings all this up because he noticed something. At first, Momo showed zero interest in him, but now she's showing a bit more. Momo seems to be trying to keep Mondo away from Oi, who she thinks is the wrong choice for him, meaning she doesn't want any of her other sisters stealing Mondo from her. Hearing this, Mondo goes, "What are you even saying?" And Momo goes, "What nonsense is this? Mondo says he wants to escape from here, but he can't do it alone. And he doesn't even know why these 5 sisters are holding him here in the first place, or why they won't let him leave. But he needs an ally, and the ally he wants to build is Momo." So Mondo offers Momo a deal. If she helps him, he'll completely stop talking to Oi. Honestly, out of all 5 sisters, Momo feels like she has the most character to me. I feel like she might build some trust with him, and in the worst case, maybe stab him too. Or maybe she has a change of heart and actually helps him escape. But guess what? We're going to find out. Wednesday to part coming this Wednesday. Subscribe so you don't miss it.